Hello everyone. We are here in this subject called Reading in Philippine History. Our topic for today's video is to differentiate the primary and secondary sources. So what's really going on when we talk about history? Where did the historian get their information? It is really reliable or not? When we talk about history, of course, we are going back in the past. Andyan yung mga giyera, andyan yung sinasabi ni Darwin na evolution of man, at here in our country, andyan din yung mga pananakop ng Hapon o mga Kastila. So, kung ano ba talaga ang nangyari, diba? So, that is the time that the primary and secondary sources will arise. Okay guys, let's go back to our topic and let us now differentiate the primary and secondary sources. Okay guys, primary sources are those sources produced at the same time as the event, period, or subject being studied. For your information, these are the examples of primary sources. We have here a letter, manuscript, diaries, government documents, video footage of the event, newspaper, and so on. It contains original information that is not derived from interpretation, summarizing, or analyzing someone else's work. Like for example, our national hero here in our country, Dr. Jose Rizal. So ano nga ba yung mga ginawa niyang libro? Or let's say yung dalawang very popular niyang libro. Diba yun yung No Limit Angere at El Filibusterismo? So mako-consider natin na primary sources yun. Why? Because it came from original author. Furthermore, they are first-hand and not interpreted by anyone else. They offer their personal point of view and created by a witnesses or participant in an event. So, masasabi talaga nating primary sources yun. Why? Kasi diba, andun siya mismo sa event or sa pangyayari. So now, all in all, the basic definition of primary sources, anything you directly analyze or use as first-hand evidence can be a primary sources, including qualitative or quantitative data that you collected yourself. So what about secondary sources? Secondary sources are those sources which were produced by an author who used primary sources to produce the material. In other words, secondary sources are historical sources which studied a certain historical subject. The basic and very simple explanation about secondary sources are those created by someone who did not experience firsthand or participate in the events or conditions you're searching. Like for example, movies, your school teacher, random internet, Wikipedia, and so on, who interprets and analyzes primary sources or opinion. So when it comes to the very facts, when you are doing your research, go with the primary sources, because sometimes secondary sources can make you mislead, or it's just an opinion or thoughts of others, but not all of them is wrong. There are some point that secondary sources is reliable naman. This is the short summary of the topic.
I am primary source. When discussing a historical event, I was there. I saw it happen. I can also be a document or an object that was created during the event or during that time period.
As a secondary source, I was not at the actual event. I know about the historical event or that time period and I can tell you about it.